So, we just watched a scam song get a trophy on live TV while 14-year-old boys are getting profiled and locked up for the same energy. Everybody keeps saying it's just music, but what if the culture we keep clapping for is actually unaliving us? How we got here? The culture generally runs on music that glorifies illegal hustlers, unalivers, and hoes. The arc of the ex-con is celebrated more than the college grad. You followed that arc because that's what you thought being black meant, or at least I did, in the late 90s and early 2000s. Keeping it real is the fuel. Our soundtrack glorifies three archetypes: the scammer, unaliver, and the hoe. That's the holy trinity. The dude coming home from prison gets a bigger celebration than the dude coming home from graduation. As a kid, I thought that's what blackness was. If you weren't on some gang, some scam, or some hoe story, then you weren't real. We worship keeping it real, even when real is just trauma, self-sabotage, and bad math. Back in 2019, I played with that language. Unalivers on the track. But then I watched those same dudes fold in real life. That's when I swapped pistols for spray bottles, metrics, and money. Mistrust of the American government is part of how we got here. But we still trust them once we make it. The best music isn't celebrated. The most trendy music is. 14-year-old scammers don't make it to year 30 clean, if they even make it at all. Fast money is really slow money. Part of this trauma, we don't trust the government, the banks, the job market. So we romanticize getting it how you live, outside the system. But here's the twist. As soon as some of us touch millions, we run right back into their banks, their labels, their courts. We hate the system until the check clears. The best music has never been the most popular. The algorithm favors whatever trends. Right now, that's scam bars and spend his money hooks. 14-year-old scammers don't make it to see 30 years old cleanly. Either they're in court, in a plea deal, or in a casket. Fast money is actually the slow route. You know, probation, court dates, appeals, lawyer fees, starting over at 35 with nothing, and you're not protected. The stop snitching code is supposed to protect who exactly? Why is tricking acceptable anyways? And why would you risk your freedom for a bitch who doesn't want the best for you? You know, we love quoting stop snitching, but nobody wants to ask, who is this really protecting? Because it's not the 14-year-old, it's the people making money off of him. It's the same with tricking. Somewhere along the line, paying full price for pussy became player. Since when is throwing your freedom and your bag away for somebody who doesn't even want the best for you considered boss behavior? We clown simps online, then turn around and celebrate dudes who risk their whole life to flex for women who'd be gone the second the money dries up. That's not pimping. That's self-harm. That's self-hate. Narrative versus reality. Black people are actually thriving in real life, but the media in blacks is absolutely disgusting. Black men are over 50% single, childless, and in the middle class, but you wouldn't be able to tell by the media views. Listen, I never heard the Young Miami song until this recent uproar, and I still don't want to hear it. You can't have a culture with all unalivers, scammers, and hoes, but that's what it seems. Here's the wild part. Most black people I meet are working, parenting, building businesses, going to church, going to school, minding their own business. But you never know that from the black media package. The content makes it look like we're all unalivers, scammers, and professional hoes. But that's impossible. A culture can't even function if everybody's the shooter, the lick, the OF star. Who's running the power grids, the classrooms, the hospitals? Black men are over 50% single, childless, and in the middle class, but you think every dude has 6 baby mamas and a RICO case from the storylines we export, we clap for. The crazy part, I didn't even know Young Miami's song until all this outrage, and I still haven't listened. I don't need a new scam anthem. I've watched enough lives get ruined off the old ones. My lane and the alternate. Just because white people have their shit too, doesn't mean we have to outdo them. And in public at that. I followed the old arc, but I changed. Blue collar bars, spray bottles as guns, working class as a flex. People love saying, well, white folks have their trash too. Cool. Since when did our goal become outdoing them in public dysfunction? I'm not sitting here as some type of saint. I grew up thinking being black meant chasing these same 3 archetypes. I've written violent bars. I've admired the wrong people. But somewhere between sleeping in cars and detailing in the hot sun, I realized the real flex is surviving. Stacking legal money and not feeding your people to a system that's hungry for them. So yeah, I rap from a blue collar position now. Spray bottles are my tools. Invoices are my war stories. The unalives I care about are old habits, old mindsets, and dirty interiors. If that's corny to you, cool. The culture will still crown another scammer. But if you're tired of funeral music disguised as club hits, you're not crazy. You're just ready for a different narrative. Numbers don't tell you who paid the price. So before you crown the next scam anthem as culture, ask yourself, would you be proud if your son lived this song out word for word? I'm not here to police your playlist. I'm just here to remind you, we can't build a future on unalivers, scammers, and hoes alone. Hey, that's it. My name is Taj, the rapping detailer. And remember that being prepared eliminates fear, and being aware makes everything clear. And I'm out of here. Peace.